Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Just comment where are you from tuning in, and then we can begin the webinar. Just comment where are you guys from. If you are a digital marketer, and what's your role if you're doing a job, if you're working as a freelancer, if you're doing a job, or if you're servicing to the clients, and if you are into email marketing stuff, we would like to know about that and what kind of challenges that you're facing while doing email marketing for yourself or your business, or servicing clients, right? Just share your story, just share your journey. If you are an agency, just share your agency URL inside the chat box. And if you have any questions related to the product that we are going to demonstrate and the product which is going to have in the today's webinar, if you have any questions related to that, just comment your questions inside the Q&A section or the chat box. We'll be happy to take all the questions. Just comment where are you from, guys. I'm from India, and Akram is from also India, if I'm not wrong. All right. Oh, Faiz is from Toronto. Hey, Arthur. Let me admit all the guests. Yeah. Hey, Faiz. Hi, Jordi. Hey, Moges. Hi, Mohiddin. Okay, Mohiddin is also from the team. All right. And hey, Prasad. Hi, Diksha. Hey, Naresh. Hello. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for today's webinar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this live webinar or the recorded session. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for yet another episode of PitchGround Product Webinars, where we bring in amazing products. And this webinar is all about another incredible product. So stay tuned. Guys, lead generation is tough. Everyone is struggling to acquire leads and generate sales, right? Social media is too noisy, getting too noisy day by day. And while performance marketing costs have increased by over 80% since the last year due to heavy competition in the market. But what if I told you there is an easier way to generate leads for your business using emails? Meet Rangeflow. Rangeflow offers powerful cold email automation features that makes it easy to send personalized bulk emails and follow-ups, track and manage leads, and close sales. The best part is you can turn your Google Sheets into robust email outreach machine. You can automate your email outreach without stepping out of your favorite apps like Google Sheets and Gmail, right? So in this webinar, we'll show you how you can turn your Google Sheets into a robust sales and email outreach machine. So guys, without further ado, let me welcome our guest, Akram, founder of Rangeflow. Akram, if you can just take a moment and introduce yourself and share your entrepreneur journey before we dive into it, that would be fantastic.
Sure. So, hi guys, I'm Akram Qureshi. I'm one of the co-founders of Rangeflow. My other co-founder is actually with us, Mohiddin. And to start with, how about I share my screen, because I have a few slides here for you guys, so it would be easy for me to just walk you through them. Just give me a second. Yeah. So we'll get started here. So to start with my entrepreneurial journey, so who we are, I started my entrepreneurial journey about 15 years back with our first product called Rapid Feeds. We did this when we were in college with my co-founder then, and but it's still this was our first SaaS product and still exists, and it's still valuable to its loyal users, and we are running it so far. And then I did a lot of other products which were in SaaS or which were in service sector or which were even WordPress plugins. And one of the most prominent product that we built over these years is PlugMatter, which we started off as a WordPress plugin development company. So we started building WordPress plugins. And one of our most popular plugin is Opt-in Feature Box plugin by PlugMatter. So that was a really popular one among internet marketing community. And we went on to build a lot of other plugins under PlugMatter. But what we noticed was there was a bigger and more a pressing problem in terms of providing WordPress maintenance services. So that's where we thought, why not we enter into this market of providing WordPress maintenance as a service? So we kind of diverted our attention from plugins to WordPress maintenance. Now, this is a service business. So we thought of, before we can actually jump into do a lot of performance marketing and a lot of other things, we thought, let's get started with cold email-based campaigns for this particular service. So since we were engineers, sales was something that we have absolutely no idea about, and we were, truly speaking, we were scared of it. So, but still, we kind of, took the leap and started getting into cold email-based sales. It was very difficult to understand how things work and how what kind of way we need to approach to the clients. In our cold email, how we should write our templates and do a lot of these things. So there were a lot of unknowns out of the box, but there were other things as well, like what software we need to use for our cold email campaigns. So when we talk about the cold emailing, there are a lot of CRMs out there, sales CRMs basically, which offer tons of features in terms of running cold email campaigns. But when we looked into those things, those were too complicated for us, and there were so many problems that it was not working out for us. To start with, there were things which were simply, the learning curve was really high because we had a team of prospectors who were kind of creating lists of clients who prospects we should be reaching out to, and they were finding these tools too complex to use because there was a huge learning curve to start with. And then the second problem was these these products were so feature rich that we as a startup did not need all those features. So they were too complex. And then there was other problems like time consuming. We actually had to spend a lot of time managing our data, synchronizing our data between our email and the CRM. So it was time consuming as well. And then finally, we had a team of prospectors. There was the team was not too big. We had 3 prospectors, but there needs to be some kind of a collaboration between these prospectors so that they don't repeat the same prospect and send out email multiple times. And they should have, you can understand what the collaboration needs to be there in terms of a sales pipeline. So that was a bit of a problem when we started with these tools, and mostly they were too expensive for a startup. So these were some of the problems. So instead of getting into a lot of details about which tool to use or trying many different tools, we simply went with our most favorite tool, which was Google Sheets. We just took Google Sheets, started prospecting in Google Sheets, created our list there, and then used our Google Workspace email simply to send out emails. So that was working beautifully for us, simple and short. There was no overhead to the team, and it was working. But very soon, we actually wanted to scale it up with maybe a few hundred emails. Then it was not the ideal situation to be in. So what we did, like any engineers would do, we started automating the repetitive tasks that we were doing. So we kind of wrote Google Sheets. So we actually did Google Sheet and Gmail integration and started writing Google script code in Google Sheets to automate most of the tasks that we were doing. So to start with, email validation. So email validation, of course, when you're typing in, when you're doing prospecting at a really fast pace, then you'll of course make mistakes. So email validation and duplicate detection. Like I said, if 2 prospectors are working on a sheet together, working on a sales pipeline together, they might repeat the same prospect, or they may include a prospect which has already been reached out to. So we need to, avoid those kind of things like duplicate detection and conflict avoidance. And then follow-up automation was one other thing. Like if you send out an email, then you'll have to remind yourself or keep track of who you need to follow up with. But you can simply set up an automation script. So what we did that using Google Sheets. So there were multiple different scripts and modules that were working together to kind of give the entire flow of our hackish application that we built. So it was Google Sheets and Google Scripts were working on top of Google Sheets, and then there was our server which was giving us the database access to our MySQL, and then there were Python scripts which were communicating between these 2 things, and then there was Gmail. And we needed Gmail to be integrated because every time someone replies back, we had to kind of update the sheet that this person has replied. So we don't want to do that because it is repetitive again. So we kind of connected the Google Sheets again to a backend script which read the email automatically and then updated the same prospect details in the pipeline. So reply tracking, and then once someone replies back, then the follow-ups needs to go. That needs to be paused. So all these things were kind of, I mean, we did automation in terms of all these and many more smaller, bigger things. I don't remember. So I mean, there was not even space enough there. So our tool, our kind of tool that we built actually was working like a well-oiled machine. It was working beautifully for us, even though there were so many different modules and pieces scattered around, but this was working really beautifully. So at that point, we thought, why not make this as a software as a service product and let others use this? And because, I mean, if we are so fond of using sheets for all our things, there may be other people as well. So we started doing some research in terms of if this is even a viable product. So what we came to know was quite astounding. Like 40% of sales pros still use spreadsheets. So that
Yeah.
was kind of surprising for me. And a lot of people who use CRMs, even the most expensive CRMs, they often fall back to spreadsheets because they are more, I mean, comfortable, and they like spreadsheets more than these complicated CRMs. And according to G2, they say that spreadsheets, because spreadsheet is so easy to use and everyone is so familiar with it, that is actually the reason why CRM adoption is failing. So, but we don't think that's a problem. That's actually a good thing to have. So, but what happens is, if we use spreadsheet by itself doesn't give you all the features that you need in terms of running a smooth sales email campaign. And what we built was not just the spreadsheet. There was a whole layer of many different tools and scripts that was actually doing the job. So that was kind of that was kind of a CRM in itself. So this is what it is. So if you're just using sheets, then you have a lot of problems in terms of all these things. Plus, there will be a productivity loss. So that is what the CRM benefit is. So why not have both the benefits? So in our perfect world, the spreadsheet is the CRM. So we take the spreadsheet, and when you install Rangeflow on top of it, then what you get is a lightweight yet powerful CRM within Google Sheets and Gmail, which provides all the automated pre-processing, sending out emails, follow-ups, tracking replies, managing pipelines, and above all, there is no learning curve. So that is what Rangeflow is all about. So
Awesome.
yeah. So
Yeah, and the problem that you agitated, like even though most of the people who are using expensive CRMs, but still they use Google Sheets or the Excels, right? Because that's the core of everyone, right? Whoever into corporates or doing whatever, they are going to use the Google Sheets or Google products. So Gmail is the core, right?
yeah.
Whoever's become 18, they open a Gmail account. That's the core of everyone's, right? And awesome. Thanks for sharing your journey, that the product that you built for yourself, and then you converted into a SaaS, and now you are spreading across the globe and sharing that product with a lot of people, marketers, small agencies, big agencies. Awesome. I think it's time to dive into the product itself. We are really excited to learn more about it. If you can just start demonstrating the tool, and we'd be happy to learn more about it. And we are very excited to see the product. Yeah, over to you, Akram.
Sure. So let me share my product window here. All right. So so let's quickly go to Rangeflow. So to get started, you simply need to click this button or that button, and what you need to do here is log in with your Gmail account. So I have my Gmail logged in here. So I'm just authenticating it. And since Rangeflow uses multiple different email sending services, Gmail, of course, is the most important one, which comes out of the box. When you log into Rangeflow, Gmail is already there, so you can start sending out emails using Gmail. But you can, of course, add other email sending services like AWS, or SendGrid or any other SMTP based email sending service. So that's what I'm authenticating here to let Rangeflow send out emails on your behalf. So now that we have signed up on Rangeflow, now we need to install the Google Sheets add-on in our Google Sheets. So let's do that here. So this is the Google Workspace Marketplace. Now we just need to install it here. All right, so now let's quickly move to let's go to the Google Sheets and then start using it. So let's create a new document here. Under extensions, yeah, this is Rangeflow that we have just installed. Now let's authenticate it with our email address. So you need to do this. All right, so now that we are logged into Rangeflow, so let's go and create our first pipeline. Okay, so to start sending out email, you need to first create a pipeline. A pipeline is your list, basically. So you can create a pipeline and then you can create multiple segments within the pipeline. We'll just go through how that works. So let's say we create a pipeline called, for example, let's go with plug matter, WPS. All right, so this, I mean, you can just set an emoji and a color so that when you have multiple pipelines within the same Google Sheets, you don't get confused with the pipeline. So let's say whatever that color is like this one. Okay, and then we move forward, and now a pipeline actually works in stages. So the prospect first comes in the new stage, and then you slowly move the prospect in the sales pipeline. So these stages can be completely customizable based on your requirements. Every sales process has a different, kind of pipeline flow in the context of how many stages you need and what those stages will be called. In our case, what we'll do is we'll say hot and in progress. Okay, so we'll add a few, and then right. So of course they also may need to match some contextual colors. Lost one should be like bright green, and in progress. Okay, hot is like some hot. Okay, so now that we have our stages set, now we'll just move forward and create the number of fields that we need in this pipeline. So when we are prospecting users to send out emails, we need all that information, and as much information as you have, that is, it would be helpful for you in terms of personalizing your email templates. So we'll start with name, email, niche, and then we'll add a few more like website URL and website name. Basically, website URL and website name is the same, but we have a different way of writing our template, so we use that. I'll explain you why. And here, when you're these three fields are going to be default. The first two are going to be default, and this one, it's a example field. And then these fields can be made mandatory, or they can be left not necessary. Like if I don't click this, then you can give a website URL, you cannot give in your prospect list, but you can still send out emails. But if you click these, then the system will prompt you that you are missing a mandatory field, and it will not let you make that mistake. So it will prompt you and tell you that you have missed out mandatory fields for these particular prospects. So we'll just make sure that the URL is mandatory here. And then, of course, when we are creating a pipeline, what happens is most of the time when you're reaching out to website owners, the website owners may have multiple emails, or there are multiple people coming, working on their on the same business. So you may find different emails. For example, like in our case, it can be Akram at Muhyiddin, Akram at Rangeflow, or Muhyiddin at Rangeflow. So one of our prospector can find Akram's email, and some other one can find Muhyiddin's email. So what will happen then? There is another conflict there. So email alone will not be enough for us to make sure that we are not reaching out to the same prospect again. So what we can do is we can make sure that the URL of the website is also unique throughout our pipeline. So this little fingerprint actually makes it unique. So moving forward, we can create segments. So segments are one of the most important feature that we have. It helps us target different set of users with different email template personalized to them, and it also helps us doing A/B testing and all of those things. But we'll not get into the details of how segments are created at this point. We'll just create one segment and move forward, and then we'll come back to it. So to start with, we can, segments. Let me give you an example of what segment is. So for our example, let me take our example because it will be easy for me to talk about. And I think since I've given you the context, it will be easy for you guys to understand as well. So in our case, for the WordPress support service, we target real estate websites, we target life coaches, we target small businesses, and yoga trainers. Basically, there are different types of people that we target. And we cannot have the same kind of email template to go out to all these different people. So we need to personalize, we need to write in their language, we need to connect with them with our email copy. So segments actually help us do that. So we can create a segment for, say, life coach. And then in this segment, we'll make sure that we kind of target the life coach here. So let me quickly just
nothing but branching your audiences.
Yes. So these segments actually help you understand. It does many things actually. One is, like I said, personalizing your email. Second is you will be able to track which segments are doing well, which are converting easily, as well as you can use this as A/B testing as well. You can use, you can create two segments for the same set of audience or prospects, but with different email templates, and see how each one of these email templates are working and what kind of performance you're getting out of them. So that's how you can use these segments. So just give me a second. Let me copy the our template here. Just give me a second.
Guys, it's tough to know where to start when trying to improve your sales process. And you need a tool that is easy to use and doesn't require any training, right? Because most of the sales tools which are out there in the markets are very difficult to learn and master. However, they often come with a steep learning curve because you need to spend hours to just know about what feature works when and how to segment the audience. And you will blown away by the feature set that those tools are providing. But Rangeflow is easy to use and very minimalistic and a very simple UI, so that you don't have to scratch your head. You just have to select the audience, segment it, and blah, you can start reaching out your customers, right? And you don't have to spend hours just trying to get it started. And with the Rangeflow, you don't have to waste time learning how to use the complex tool, because as I said, it's a very simple, very minimalistic, so that you can start within a day. For example, if you bought the Rangeflow right now, you can start reaching out your customer within 1 hour, because if you have the data, you can start reaching out within 5 minutes. That's the simplicity that Rangeflow is providing to you. Yeah, over to you, Akram.
Thank you. So so I've just copied a template here. So I've just given a subject line, and this is a template tag that I've used here that will be replaced by the field that we have created there. And then within the email itself, name, website name, and niche. So you can just click here and then choose any of the fields that you have created in the previous step. All of those fields are here, and you can pick any field from here and you should be able to use it. And once you are done with your email template, then you will also want to have a unsubscribe link, because you don't want your email to be marked as spam. So and it's also necessary to have an unsubscribe option, not necessarily link, an unsubscribe option. Otherwise you will be violating the ICANN rules. So we have created two options in terms of unsubscribing. One is actually you can include a link within your template. So there will be a simple template tag. I will show you how that works. Simple template tag like this, you can insert it at the end like so. All right. And the unsubscription link will automatically come there. You can place the link wherever you want within the template. Or there's one other option which is even better for the sales emails. You can ask the user to reply back to unsubscribe, so that your email looks more like personally sent. So if a user sees an unsubscribe link, then he will automatically think that you're using some kind of a bulk emailing tool and sending out hundreds and thousands of emails, and he's not receiving this email individually. So instead, if you give something like this, then it looks more personalized. And if the user replies back with no thanks, then the system will automatically read that keyword and unsubscribe him from the follow-ups. So that is how it works.
And that's the growth hack, guys. See,
Yeah.
if you are using bulk emailing tool and you just start sending lots email, okay, and you're just giving that button to unsubscribe, okay, you're just getting the data that this many people have unsubscribed, right? But there is no personalization, as Akram said. If you're giving this option that person has to reply you back by saying no thanks, that means you are telling that person to reply you back and should connect with yourself, right? And what you can do is, after getting such replies from those customers, you can start outreaching via calls.
Yeah.
Right? You can call them, you can ask them why you did not
Surprisingly,
what is your problem, or what is your quotation, what services that you're looking for. There are so many things that you can get on a call with that customer and discuss, right? Because this is a growth hack that I found, right? Yeah.
yeah. So surprisingly, the people who says no thanks, a lot of them actually tells you that no thanks, I am not interested at this point in time, but why don't you reach me after so
Yeah.
and so, or I am actually looking for this or something else. Because what happens now is they think that this email is actually sent by an individual, and you can actually they can actually reply and tell them what the issue is or what they are looking for.
Right,
So
right.
that's how it is. But just including a link, if you realize, this is one other cold email template or copy hack that we figured out. We don't include one single link in our email, just to make sure that the users are curious enough to reply back to us, and then we will only give them the information that they are looking for. We don't want them to click a link, go to the website, check the pricing table, and make up their mind before we talk about it. So that worked really well for us. And there are a lot of different
Yeah, there are a lot of different aspects to it, right?
that we've learned over these years,
Yeah.
and that's what we are going to talk about in our next webinars that we are going to do. So the next one, I suppose, is going to be about how to do prospecting, because we have learned a great deal in terms of how to find email addresses, how to find people for a particular market, where to look for, and how to get that information. So the next webinar is about how to prospect. And then the final one will be about writing email copy. That's the most important thing. So
You're
we have
pretty excited. You're just giving some excitement. All
so
right, thank you.
you guys should
Yeah.
stay tuned and subscribe with PitchGround for our forthcoming webinars. You'll be notified for it. Yeah. So let's move forward. And now that the pipeline is done now at this point, we haven't created follow-up emails or any of those things, but we'll do that later. So we'll just go click here, and once you do that, we have our sheet ready. So this is our sheet with all the fields that we have created. Now we can just simply go ahead and start prospecting. So let me just add a few emails and show you how this works. So I have some emails ready here, so I'll just copy it here. Okay, so all right, so I've already also copied the header. Okay, let me copy it again. Okay, so all right, so now the segment is life coach. So let's consider that all these people belong to the same segment, life coach. Okay, so now that we have this, and there's one other growth hack I would say is or copy hack instead. We have these two different fields. One is the website URL and the other one is a name. But what happens is if you're sending out an email which includes a link like this, that looks more like an automated email.
Right.
But when you're talking to someone and writing in, mentioning their website name as a step up editing.com, something like that, it looks more like someone is actually typing it as if a human is doing it. So we actually spend some time and actually rewrite the URL so that it's more human-like written and human-like read instead of a simple HTTPS:// So that is one of the copy hacks that we have learned over the years. So anyway, so once we have copied this, let's quickly go ahead and send these emails. So when I click this send emails here, so this sidebar opens up here. So it shows that there are like 11 good emails and then there are invalid and duplicates. Okay, and then this is okay. So you see the email was mistyped, so we can just go ahead and delete this. So this was wrong. Okay, sorry. Yes, and then there are duplicates as well. So okay, all right, now there are just 2 duplicates. So let's see. Okay, now it shows as duplicate, but it's actually showing email address. So so maybe this is because we can just filter and see. Okay, so there are duplicates actually. These 2 emails are duplicates. So we'll just get rid of this one and this one. So now that we have got rid of the duplicates, we can go here, clear filter, and then refresh this. So now we have, cleared off the errors. Now we are good to go. So we just need to click the send button and it will queue all the emails. And okay, so it still shows issues here. And that is because there are already emails in the pipeline. So if you talk about invalid emails, there must be some email in the pipeline which was actually invalid when we checked it up for email validity. So that is what it shows here. So now at this point, emails are queued to be sent and it will, the system will start sending it. It's not like you can, click a button and send 1,000 emails altogether. It will go, it will have a delayed send. So Rangeflow actually what it does is, once you queue emails for sending, it starts sending those emails one by one, as if there is a human sending these emails. So there will be a random delay between each email. And that will be, the least possible delay will be 1 minute, 60 seconds maybe. And it can grow up till 2 minutes. So there will be this delay between each email, so that what this delay actually does is it makes sure that email spam filters doesn't catch your email as an automated script driven email. So if you kind of bombard Gmail server with like 1,000 emails or even 100 emails, it will automatically understand that this is coming all together. That means this must be automated. So to stop, to avoid that, we have this system where it delays each email and automatically adds this random delay between each email and then sends them. So that actually makes sure that your email goes into the inbox and it has a higher delivery rate. So at this point, okay. So coming back to, let's go back to the dashboard and pipeline here. So now that the emails are gone, what happens is the emails are gone, but you need to set up follow-up emails, right? So So now you go to this segments, and in the segments, you can actually create follow-up emails. So the follow-up emails are actually two types. One is email opened, three types actually. So you can actually target follow-up emails based on the event of that particular prospect. Like if the prospect has already opened the email, and it's been like 3 days since he's opened the email, then you can write this particular email copy to him. Or if there's a prospect that has not opened the email since 3 days, I mean, it's been 3 days that you have sent the email, but he has not opened it, then you can actually send this particular email. So it's a whole lot difference between these two things. If someone has not opened your email at all, then he must not be interested based on your subject line itself. But if someone has shown interest based on the subject line, but has not chosen to reply back, you can actually try to push him to reply back. So you can actually have two different set of emails based on here. And third is simply you can have one email which goes out to both these type of people. If you don't want to target it separately, you can just do that here. So that's how you can create these follow-up emails, and you can create any number of such follow-up emails, because there are a lot of studies where where they talk about people convert after 3 follow-ups or 5 follow-ups or 7 follow-ups. Ideally, we as I mean, in our sales process, we do 3 follow-ups. One is after 3 days maybe, and then 7 days, and then after 15 days. So that's how we set up follow-up. So you can actually create one follow-up, follow-up one. I'm just typing here follow-up one at 3 days, and then you can actually create one more for 7 days. Similarly, you can create as many follow-ups as you want, and these follow-ups, they will automatically unsubscribe the moment the user replies to your email. So but there is a reply tracking that you need to set up. So you need to set up a forward in your Gmail to a specific email address that we'll be giving here. Once you do that, then the reply tracking starts working, and it will automatically for unsubscribe users who have replied to your emails for these follow-ups. And like I said before, they can even reply with a keyword. You can also use that feature, and that will also work. So that is how it works. And coming to other features here, email settings, like I said before, you can use any third-party SMTP based service here, whether it be AWS or SendGrid. It could be Microsoft Exchange, Zoho, absolutely any email service that you would like, you can use with Rangeflow. Of course, Gmail comes out of the box, but you can use anything you like. And then you can work with your entire team. You can add team members here, and they will be either prospectors or sending accounts. I'll talk about sending accounts at the end, because I mean, since we have started this sale, we have a lot of people asking about what is a sending account. So I mean, to simply answer, the sending account is this particular account, the Gmail account that we have added. We are going to use this account to send out emails, right? So this is a sending account. You have logged into Rangeflow as a user. That is your Rangeflow's user account. But within that user account, you can add multiple email sending accounts. Okay, so a company can have like 3 sales reps who are sending out emails. So you can create 3 sending accounts. So our PitchGround packages also differs based on the number of sending accounts you can have. The first one, the plan A, it has only 1 sending account. And then as you go higher, you'll have multiple sending accounts. So once you have these sending accounts, multiple sending accounts, you can simply go inside your pipeline and create segments. Like this particular segment, it is being sent using the Ghulam sending account that I just showed. But you can actually create another segment which can use a second sending account or the third sending account. You can actually create multiple segments, and though each segment will have a different sending account. So you can do that. So that is what the sending account is all about. And then the dashboard, it shows you the progress that is happening, the number of emails, how many are queued, how many sent, bounce rate, open rate, reply rate, and unsubscription rate, and all of that. And then your daily progress and segment based progress. I mean, which segment is working more and which is working better and what kind of conversion rate you're getting based on each segment and all of these things. And like I said, you can use segments even for A/B testing. So you can just have a similar segment. I mean, you may be targeting to like real estate. So you will target, you'll be targeting to real estate in two segments, but you just make changes in the copy. And once you start seeing these numbers, you will understand which of these two email copies are doing much better. So basically A/B testing between segments. And then once you have kind of figured out your winning copy, you can simply delete the other segment and move all the remaining prospects, because the ones which are gone, but the ones which are in the queue will be moved into whichever segment you would like to move them to. So you can do that. So all of these are, and there are a lot of other things like minor features, and I haven't showed you the Gmail side of things, where when you get a reply, then you'll actually be able to manage your prospect right from your Gmail. So let me go there. All right. So yeah, so this is my inbox basically. So this is our sales emails. So if you click Rangeflow here in the add-ons, then it loads up this particular prospect's detail. So I mean, it was sent under WPS Sales Life Coaches, and then the status is now 1, and name, email address, niche, website name, URL, and how the prospect, I mean, what kind of activity we had with the prospect. And then while you are taking the prospect through the pipeline, you'll have to change these stages. Automatically what happens is, once you get a reply, the user will be in the new stage. That is a default stage. And then you'll have to move the user manually between stages based on how he is performing and where he is in the stage in the sales pipeline. And once you can do that, and as well, a lot of times what happens is they will ask you to kind of reply back after a few months, maybe after a few weeks. So you need to keep track of when you need to reply back to your prospect. So you can simply set up a reminder here, and you can say 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, or select a particular date that you want to reply. Have to follow back with that particular prospect. Add a simple note, and then you can set up a follow-up reminder for yourself. And a lot of times what happens is, you get on a call with this prospect, and then you have discussed something. You need to keep track of what has been discussed. So you need to take notes for that particular thing. So you can simply take notes, and then you can save it. This will be available right here. This will be available in Google Sheets, and when you go here, actually, in your dashboard, that will be available there as well. So these are some of the basic features. We don't want to overwhelm Rangeflow with a lot of features, which a small and medium company or a startup will not need. So this is purely based on our own experience and what we have been using over so many years. And there will be maybe more requests from our buyers that they want to add a few more features. We'll see if those features are universally applicable. We'll be happy to do that. But these are the most basic and the most powerful features that you need to run a successful email marketing cold email campaign, right? So that's about the demo. So
I like this feature, because what happens is, follow-ups are already time consuming, right? And if you're not keeping a track of everything, you might often lead to a sales opportunity slipping from your track and slipping from your pipelines, right? And Rangeflow helps you to manage your prospects within the Gmail. You don't have to worry about and go here and there. It's already there in the Gmail, and you just have to click one button, Rangeflow. It will give you the data of that prospects, whether it is whether that lead has been converted, like we seen, like the button called won, right? That means you're getting everything, right? So you never lose track of your potential sales again, right? With automatic labeling, scanning, and organization of prospects, as well as intelligence follow-up reminders, Rangeflow ensures no opportunity is ever being missed, right? And everything is there, like you can track prospects within the Gmail, scan prospects details in the Gmail sidebar, and organize prospects within your inbox. and get intelligence follow-up reminders. Everything is there. No need to go for the higher end or feature rich software or the tools where you have to spend hours or weeks and months just get trained by just get trained by yourself, right? And then start prospecting. It's easy to use, right? Yeah, over to you, Akram.
Yeah. So I have a few more things to talk about. Like a lot of times what people say is because of social and because of a lot of trend, I mean, changing trend, cold email actually is not, it's a thing of the past, it doesn't work, but that's not the case. So this is the current statistics, and this is based on the 2022 statistics. McKinsey says that email is 40 times more, email based cold sales is 40 times more better than social media. All the social media giants combined. And when you talk about cold calling, email works much better than cold calling. So there's this whole concept called cold calling 2.0, where you don't just pick up the phone and call someone. You actually send them an email, fix an appointment, and then call them. That in that case, you'll have a much higher conversion rate to your calls. So that is what we do actually in our own process. We make sure that we send out an email first and then bring the user on a call and then convert them. So that's what. So email is 20 times twice as better as cold calling. So that is one other thing. And I also want to talk about our roadmap. So all what we have discussed is within the Google Sheets, but we understand that a huge majority of the user, a huge percentage of the users are in they're using Microsoft Excel as well. So that is one other thing that we want to do next. So at this point we have launched our Google Sheets add-on and Gmail integration, of course, but by September we should be able to provide support for Microsoft Excel. So you will be able to prospect within your Excel sheet, and then you can import your Excel sheet within the system and get started sending out emails with your Gmail or other email service that you use. And by January, we will actually offer the same kind of add-on that you have seen for Google Sheets. We are planning to work on a similar add-on for Microsoft Excel. So when you're using Excel, you can simply click a button and then start sending out emails from within Excel. You don't need to export and do that kind of things. And later on, we want to improve our integration with Gmail and improve the pipeline management. There are a lot of things that we could have done in terms of pipeline management, automation actually, which we were using in our own case, but we are not able to give those kind of automation features to the users. That is because Gmail has a lot of requirements in terms of data security. So they have a really complex compliance process. So we have to go through that compliance process before we can actually access more advanced data and more advanced kind of triggers and features within our users' Gmail account, so that we can actually do a lot of automation there. So that is what we want to do more. So these are some of the big things that we have planned out, but of course there will be a lot of small features here and there that our users are requesting that we will be completing within the time. So that's about it. So I've actually took the liberty to also include the PitchGround deal here.
Awesome. That's my job.
Yeah. So let you speak now.
All right. So as we have seen, guys, right? So I'll just reiterate the Rangeflow highlights. So it has a zero learning curve. You know, just prospect, collaborate, just upload your data, right, and start using your Google Sheets, right? No confusion processes, no need to learn anything, and no need to master anything, right? It's just a simple click to plug and play software or plug and play tool, I can say, right? And the major part that I liked about Rangeflow is you can start sending human-like emails automatically, right? Because I've personally used most of the outreaching tools, right? And whenever you send emails through those tools, right? So whenever that recipient gets your email, they obviously get feeling like, okay, this is sent by the automated bots or using some scripts or using any tool. But with the Rangeflow, nobody, you can send the human-like touch, and you can have that touch inside your email copy, right? And the hack that we discussed, right? That is ultimate hack, because the person who is replying you back, that means that person is telling you that, okay, I might be interested in the future. The quotation that you send, or the information that you send, or the plans and pricing that you send inside the email, it's pricey for me. I'm looking for a cheaper solution, something like that. So that's the reason that person is replying you back. That means it's a higher chance that person might get converted into a lead, right? So these are the small hacks that you need to use it in the copies. And as Akram said, we have planned a lot of webinars to educate you regarding the cold emailing, regarding the copies, and a lot of things are coming up. Just stay tuned and subscribe to our email list. Yeah, I'm just paging like to subscribe to our email list so that you will get notified about the upcoming webinars. And the small things, like you can preview your email before sending. Rangeflow allows you to preview each email and make any last minute changes before hitting the send button. And with the help of Rangeflow, you can avoid mistakes like we have seen there was a error pop-up which shows like there is a double emails or the duplicate emails. So Rangeflow automatically detects invalid and duplicate emails, right, while filtering out any prospects previously contacted. So that are the simple that are the mistakes that you can avoid by using Rangeflow. And there is one feature with the help of that you can collaborate with your team, with your colleagues, and you can assign roles and work together on the same pipeline or the different pipelines. And I would like to tell you that why people are loving Rangeflow over the rest. Because it's an easy to use outreach tool inside Google Sheets. No need to use any SaaS, or no need to download anything, or no need to install Windows or iOS apps. It's inside your Google Sheets, right? And it has email personalization and conditional auto follow-ups, process and validate emails before sending, because we have seen that chat or that the what I'm not getting a right word. So wherein system has shown that, okay, these are the duplicate emails, these are the wrong emails, or these are not the emails, invalid emails. So with the help of that, you can remove those emails, and you can go ahead and start outreaching to the valid emails, right? And it tracks replies and manages leads inside the Gmail. You need not to have to look for your emails where it goes, and rest of the stuff, right? It integrates with other tools by using Zapier, because the Zapier integration is available right now, and it's inside the app. You can use it, and you can automate the further things. If you want to integrate, or if you want to connect other apps as well, you can use that, right? So this is a pretty solid tool and very simple to use. And with such a feature rich tool, you can start acquiring hot prospects right now by using Rangeflow. And guys, I would like to tell you that Rangeflow is offering a lifetime deal on PitchGround.com. Okay, so Akram is already sharing his screen. Okay, Akram, you can just head over to the plans and pricing so that we can explain to the audience that what plans and pricing that offering, right? And we can just compare your current pricing and the lifetime deal pricing. Okay, so guys, PitchGround is offering a lifetime deal. No need to pay monthly fee, no need to pay quarterly fee, or no need to pay yearly fee to avail this beautiful and well designed software for your outreaching as your outreaching machine, right? So the plans and pricings are very simple in front of you. The plan A offers the amount that you're paying is like peanuts, right? The $49 for lifetime. No need to pay monthly, yearly, or quarterly fees. You just have to pay one-time fee, and you can get the benefit, and you can start producing hundreds of thousands of lists by using Rangeflow. In the plan A, we offers one user email sending account, unlimited team members. You can assign unlimited team members inside your account, and 1,200 emails sending per day, and all the features and updates. And yes, PageGround is offering 60 days money back guarantee. If you did not like any tool, or if you think that, okay, this tool is not for me, then you can ask for the refund. We will not ask you the question, we'll refund you back, right? But I know you will not refund, because this is a tool that you were looking for. Yeah. And the next plan is plan B, $97 for lifetime, 5 users email sending accounts, unlimited team members, 1,200 emails per day, all the features and updates, upcoming features and updates that we discussed, right, which is coming in couple of months, will be updated and will be getting inside your account, right? Then if you want to go for the higher plan, for example, if you are an agency working for different clients, or if you are a solopreneur, or if you want to start a freelancing career in the email marketing or outreaching stuff, then you can go for the plan C, because it gives you more email or more users. For example, email sending accounts. With the help of that, you can manage multiple clients. For example, if you're charging one client and managing one client, their one email ID, then you can manage 25 clients with the plan C, and you can develop your plan C as well, right? So I'm just giving you an example. So with the plan C, $197 for lifetime, in which you'll be getting 25 users email sending accounts, unlimited team members, 1,200 emails per day, all the features and updates, and 60 days money back guarantee from PitchGround.com. So these are the simple plans and pricing. Plan A, 49 for lifetime. Plan B, 97 for lifetime. Plan C, 197 for lifetime. And guys, grab Rangeflow lifetime deal today and start outreaching today, because you are missing out on your prospects. Just try reaching out before someone else reach out to them, right? So if you do not want to acquire more leads, then you definitely do not want to miss out on this deal, because it's a beautifully designed software. No need of learning higher end software. It's a simple to use, easy to use, just plug and play plugin, right? And just grab it, guys. That's it, I can say, because I've seen a lot of people are using complex software. They are getting confused. They're hiring person to run that tool, right? I've seen the people, right? They are subscribing to a tool. They're hiring different people to those who have mastered that tool, and they are paying salaries to them. Okay. So instead of that, you can just buy the lifetime deal of Rangeflow, and you can start saving on those salaries. That's a huge money you guys are going to save, right? So is there anything before anything you want to share, Akram, before we wrap up? And guys, if you have any questions related to the plans and pricing and whatever features that we shown inside the Rangeflow app, you just shoot your questions inside the chat box. We'd be happy to answer all your questions before we wrap up. Okay, I think so. We are getting some questions.
Yeah. So
Okay.
to start with, these are some of the questions that we have been getting a lot. I mean, frequently asked, of course, since we have started this deal. So let me first cover these questions, and then we'll take other questions that the
All
users
right.
have
Yeah.
asked. All right. So the first one is, what is an email sending account? So I've explained this earlier, but let me quickly do that again. So when you buy a deal from PitchGround, when you're using that coupon code to sign up for Rangeflow, that is your Rangeflow's account. And then just give me a second. And then within that account, you can actually add your team and then add multiple email sending accounts where you will use those accounts to send out emails. So for example, in our case, in our company, we have like 3 people who are actually sales reps who are sending out emails under their name and then managing the replies and getting people on the call and converting them. So there can be 3 email sending accounts, one for me, Akram at Plug Matter, and then Mohiuddin for at Plug Matter, and then my other partner whose name is at Plug Matter. So these are the 3 email sending accounts that we have in our pipeline, and each one of these sending accounts will have a different segment where they have a customized email template with their signature and all of that. So that is actually an email sending account. So you can get as many sending accounts based on your package that you're buying, plan A, plan B, or plan C. So you need to think about it, what you need to use, how you need to use it, how many email sending accounts you might need when you are purchasing this deal. So one is enough, maybe that's fine. But if you have requirement for more, then you would think about going for the plan B or plan C. And as far as how many emails can I send per day? So this, we say that you will be able to send 1,200 emails per day. So this is because we add a delay between each email. So if you queue like 1,500 emails, within a day, there will be roughly 1,200 plus emails that have already been gone based on the delay that we add. So and this delay is to make sure that your email doesn't get caught by email spam bots, spam filters. So when you send out emails altogether, when there's a bulk email sending activity, Gmail and a lot of other email service providers, they can identify that, and they have beautiful artificial intelligent spam detector. So they will be able to understand and catch this activity as an automated sending activity, and block you and put your email into a spam box. So it doesn't have, I mean, if you do that, a lot of people who are signing up, or who ask us on our chat or on our email support email, they said that I have a list of like 100,000 emails or 1,000,000 emails. How can I send those emails? So this tool is for cold emailing. All right. So cold emailing is something that you need to spend time prospecting, understanding about each prospect, gathering more details about those prospects, and then reaching out with a personalized message. It's not like bulk emailing. You can do that, of course, like 1,200 emails a day. So you'll be ending up with like 30,000 emails a month, more 36,000 emails a month, maybe. But that is not how successful cold emailing campaigns work. You'll have to spend time in terms of prospecting and then reaching out to a small, set of users, but you'll have a much higher conversion rate that way. So that is the sending limit. So 1,200 emails per day for your main account. So you can have as many sending accounts as you want, but this will be limited to, right?
Yes, conditional follow-ups.
Yeah.
Open the screens.
Let me cover this first. And then there is delayed sending, I've already covered. So both these questions are actually covered within that same answer. And then automatic unsubscription, like I mentioned, that's why I've already covered that. So you can actually add a template tag within your template wherever you like to include the unsubscription link automatically. And then there's also this keyword based unsubscription that you can use. Does the user get an unsubscription link? Okay, that's the same thing again. So and there's there were a few people who were talking about, can this be used to create conditional replies based on the user's actions? No, you cannot do this, because this is a cold emailing tool. It's not like a tool like ConvertKit or MailChimp or maybe HubSpot, where you can actually automate a workflow. No, that's not what this does. This is purely for cold email based sales. So and there were people who were asking about if this can be used for sending out drip emails for maybe courses or some other marketing. So this, again, you can do that, but this is for a different purpose. This is for cold emailing. If your requirement is that, then you are better off buying something like ConvertKit, MailChimp, or there are similar tools out there. I mean, so many dozens and dozens of email marketing tools out there which does that job and does that really well. So that is what you need if that is your requirement. So I think that's about it. So there are a few questions, I guess, in the chat. So
yeah. Okay, so Mogis is asking, like, what about scheduling and conditional email? So I think so you already answered that it's not possible, right? Scheduling is possible, but the conditions, putting conditions on emails is not possible.
all right, just give me a second. Let me share my screen again. I will show you how this is done. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so okay, let me come from the beginning. So we go to the pipeline, and then we click on settings, and within the segments, you can do this when you're creating a new segment as well. You can just edit an existing segment and set up scheduling. So this is a template, right? You have chosen the sending account, you have written a subject and the copy, but when you scroll down, you have these schedule email options here. So if you turn this on, then you can actually choose which days and what time your email should be sent out. So I mean, if you don't want these days, okay, you can just make sure that it's going on Monday and Tuesday. So that is what the days are, and then the timing between which start and end when your email should out, because these are going out one after the other between having that delay. So you can set out that the email should be going only during the working hours. So that's what you can do here. All right.
I have one question, Akram, over here about the scheduling. Do we have time zones? Because
This is GMT based time zone. So, okay. So I think we should write that here. So these timing are GMT, but moving forward, we can ask the
because
user
that's
time
necessary.
zone.
For example, if you have the list of emails which belongs to the different countries, right? And I've created a segment for that users or for that prospects, and I just want to send them emails, right? So it would be hassle for me to get go and check it out which time zones they belongs to and then set the right time inside the app, right? So if you can just create that kind of option wherein people can select the time zones, that would be better, I guess. This is my suggestion from myself.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I think we can think about how that can be done. So to start with, when you are entering an email into the system, we will not be able to figure out the time zone. But what we could do is let the user, the one who is sending out choose the time zone for his time zone. Instead of he has to do the math in terms of converting GMT to IST or PST or whatever time zone he will be able to select his time zone within the settings, and then he will actually be using his own time zone. As far as what you have suggested is something that we can do after the second email. So what happens is once the user receives an email, we will track the open rates. So there will be a pixel within the email which will track the open rate of that opening of that email. So when we are tracking that, we'll also be able to identify which time zone the user is in. So we can actually come up with that feature where we'll be only sending him an email within his time zone and the range that we have selected. But that can be done from the second email, because at the time of the first email, we will have absolutely no idea about the time zone. But instead, what the user can do is they can actually create segments. They can create a segment for US, PST, EST, and then European Standard Time maybe, and then they can have an Indian Standard Time segments. And based on that, they can actually set up schedules for those time zones. So that's the simplest solution we can. They can do out of the box. Yeah.
So the next question is coming from Namogi says, my email hosted at Zoho. With plan A, can I send mail from two domain emails? So I think so.
No,
No. Yeah, it's
that's,
a one
that's
user.
sending account. That's basically sending account what you're talking about.
So it's a one user in plan A. So we'll be attaching only one email or the domain email ID. So that's one. If you want to go for the higher number, then you can go for the plan B, in which we are offering 5 users. That is means 5 email sending accounts, 5 domain email IDs, I can say, similar to simplify it. And if you want to go for more bigger, then you can obviously go for the top plan, that is plan C, 25 email sending accounts.
Right. As far as this question with plan A, can I use to send emails from a certain domain for 6 months and then change that domain to something else? Of course, you can do that. You can delete a sending account and add another sending account and start using that. So yeah, you can do that.
All right. So I think so we have no more questions, guys. If you have any questions related to the plans and pricing or the feature, just shoot your questions inside the chat box. We'd be happy to answer all your questions before we wrap up. So guys, that's it from my end. That's it from Akram's end. And I think so no more questions are coming. So we can wrap up this webinar. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for today's webinar, and thank you so much, Akram, for taking your precious time out and sharing some valuable information and demonstrating the tool. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be seeing you in the next upcoming webinars of Rangeflow, where we'll be educating you how to do outreaching, how to scrape the data, and whole lot of stuff regarding to the outreaching subject, right? So till the time, take care, be happy, keep improving 1% every day. Have a good day all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Swapnil. Bye-bye.
Thank you.